guys, well, here they are. These are the ones. I can't tell you how many jams this thing has got me out of. I've had this since, my early teens, like literally 13. I think I've had this. So yeah, I mean it's kind of small, right? But it can still handle more than you would expect. Well, maybe you know, but yeah, it's good to have stuff, right? Tools, or just be a little prepared, just in case, right? That's why you have this stuff, right? As the stuff goes wrong, then you can remedy the situation, hopefully, right? So it's good to be a little prepared. For different types of things. You never know. Accidents happen, storms. They could mess up and cut off your water supply. Yeah, that's what I'm going through right now. You just go into a different mode, right? When these things happen. When if you move into a new place, right? And, you try to time things, but, inevitably, you're probably going to end up first few days, maybe without water, maybe without hot water, maybe without electricity, okay? So, yeah, when I moved into this place, there was no water. There were major problems with the water system before I got here, and I knew this was going to happen because I had to be here to oversee it getting fixed, right? So you go into a different mode, right? It's kind of like camping in a way, right? But yeah, so I had no hot water for I don't know how many, really long time, but I had no water at all for 5 days. So I was here for 5 days with no water. I had electricity, but no water, hot or cold. So yeah, it'll be, I don't know, a couple days, I think, a couple more days before I'm all set. But I'm good. I'm in that mode. But this is interesting and everything. But I don't have who has the answers. Well, actually, I do have the answer. I do have the answer to one particular question that is just one of those questions, and I think everybody might ponder it at some point in their life. And it was a lot harder to be able to gather information to answer this age-old question. But nowadays, you can find out the answer to stuff like this. The question, and it's a strange question, because really, if you think about it, you think that maybe the answer is hidden within the question, right? Well, not really hidden, but it resides within the question itself. But no, the answer is actually a little bit more complicated than I ever thought. But now I know the answer, and so will you. It's an age-old question, and it goes something like this. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. If Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers, how many pickled peppers did Peter Piper pick? Now, I think that probably people guessed about this a lot. Take a guess. Go ahead. I'll tell you what it is later. A lot of people would guess maybe a dozen, right? A dozen. Maybe some people thought 10, maybe 50, 100, about 100, I guess, right? So that kind of thing. So, but this is the type of thing that we won't be able to gather information on. I want to know how many people guessed a dozen. In the history of mankind, how many people guessed about a dozen? How many people guessed about 100? We'll never know. Because if you guessed about 100, you were right. All right, guys. Giving you a little update on the project. Don't worry, guys. It's still there. I know. It's really It's really been on the forefront of your mind. But yeah, it's waiting. It's still there. It's out in the open. It hasn't been stashed away, so it's still out in the open, guys. So yeah, guys, you're probably aware that there was a big gathering, a big meeting of some important people. You got to see some of them get interviewed, and some of them talked about their products and the current state of things and the plans for the future and that kind of thing. And I thought it was the one interesting thing that I took away from the whole thing was that the two guys that are in charge of the two leading AI companies right now both have histories in neurology. And it makes sense, kind of, right? Because these guys are, I mean, we're talking about really, basically at this point, we're talking about a synthetic brain, right? And it sort of made something clear to me too about, how some companies were depending on us, right? The consumers, the users, basically, right? To go in and do funny pictures and ask silly questions and have them write stuff for us, maybe even, right? But one of the two guys that I was talking about, that company focuses more on enterprise. So I think that's a big reason that there's been such a push to try and get us to get into it, right? You want the stuff happening in the medical field, it's like go, right? But yeah, I mean, I think we've already seen what it could potentially be. I think that just the idea to slow down a little bit maybe is a good thing. And I understand there's a ticking clock. There are, this. But anyway, speaking of neurology and being in charge, it seems like, and I usually don't go here, but it seems like this guy's been in charge for a lot of people these days, and there's been it's been a lot of time. We spent a lot of time evolving that little peanut in there, right? But there's certain traits that are very difficult to shed as a organic being. And another one. What is this? What? This doesn't. What? It's not even. What? Oh man.